Hey there, awesome folks. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally, folks. I apologize. I was a couple of minutes tardy there, but I am here on a Friday night. I missed you guys. Haven't haven't talked to you guys or interacted with you guys since last week. So I want to make sure that we are staying in the know as far as what's going on in the job market, what is on and popping. Hello there, Miss J Antoinette, and of course, Still Rocks. We appreciate you stopping by. First, always first on the list. J Antoinette, welcome to the live stream. We are going to be talking about the fact that do you feel like you are more productive remotely or in the office? We are going to look at and of course discuss it with some articles, and we are also going to be talking about what it means to truly work remotely as well as working in the office, and how you feel and how much more productive you are and things of that nature. Let's see here. Right now, of course, guys, if you are here, go ahead and drop a like. Of course, say hello. We appreciate you coming by, and I do have some friends. I didn't even realize that we were on at the same time. I do have my YouTube buddies, of course, that are on right now. So we are not going to remain long, but we are going to discuss this. Jay Antoinette, of course, is saying, I definitely feel more productive being remote than I ever have when I was in the office. I tend to agree with you there. But Jay Antoinette and the rest of who joins us tonight, let me jump in here for a second. Let me go ahead and share this with you so we can jump in and get started here. All right. Okay. So we're going to review this article that I actually found on the Wall Street Journal, as a matter of fact. Wall Street Journal article is titled "Leave Me Alone So I Can Do My Job." And a lot of times, to be quite honest, I'm a person that we do have some social, some people that are social butterflies that prefer to work in the office. I am one of those folks where I kind of feel like this in a lot of cases. Please just leave me alone so I can do my job. And the story was written by Rachel Fines. Let me say this right. Finzig I'm probably mispronouncing it. I apologize in advance. So pretty much what she says, you like your job. You're over you're over everything else that comes with it. And for a while there, you scored a pause. Sequestered at home, it was often just us and the work, with office politics and gossip fading into the background. I actually like that. That sounds like a wonderful dream. Now the volume has turned back up. Companies are renewing calls to spend more time at the headquarters, while job cuts and uncertainty in some industries raise pressures on workers and bosses. There's chit chat, meetings, busy work, stuff that feels outside our job description and besides the point. Everybody needs to leave me alone, says Ann Turi, and a lawyer the summing up exasperations I've heard from all kinds of professionals recently, I included. Heads down on the big project, or try to be, she felt the weight of hovering managers and constant interruptions. Ooh, I can feel you on that. We need to relearn to stay under the radar without losing out on the work we actually like. It might just take subtle tweaks like forming alliances with colleagues and shifting how we communicate with bosses. Or some of us might need to totally rethink what we do and where we do it, with autonomy in mind. Robert Johnson switched to freelancing for startups to get what he wanted: the ability to get paid to actually produce something. He said, I never I never gonna be like a super high up some let me say that right. I never gonna be a super high up in some company, says Johnson, a programmer based in Austin, Texas. But I have ultimate freedom. In past jobs, Johnson says, it's often hard to carve out more than an hour or two to write code. He was called on to make random presentations to other departments or would spend 2 weeks building a project that took 3 months to gain approval. Yikes. By all means, go work. Higher ups would tell him. Then he pointed out they were paying him a nice, handsome 150 an hour to sit in a meeting. Last year, he moved back to being a full time employee after a long freelance client asked him to come in house. But he's still able to hold firm to his approach of skipping meetings to code and logging on from the mountains of Colorado or a park in England. Beautiful. Not all of us can be living living the fantasy remote work life, but we can get close. Start picking the right company size, says Michael Solomon, a co-founder of 10x Management, an agency that represents tech talent. That's a recruiter. He says somewhere between 25 to 500 employees is ideal. Enough people to get the work done, but not too many to cause bottlenecks. On the job, send your boss a weekly one pager with the status of your projects, says Michael Garden, who runs an online community about how to change your relationship with work. How far along you are on the assignment, and is your progress on track? What work did you wrap up last week? What are your upcoming milestones and roadblocks to foresee? At the bottom, links to past installments. You're demonstrating that you're handling your world, says Garden, who's based near Madison, Wisconsin. You're managing your boss's anxiety, which is actually a great idea. He used this approach while working at an insurance company several years back and found it scored him both freedom and the opportunity to lead a high profile project. Guys, of course, if you want to contribute to the conversation, I'm going to come back on in a second. But if you want to contribute to the conversation in the meantime, definitely hit a like and put the comment below while we are here discussing it. Of course, like the video as we are talking about this issue. Of course, stay too far out the fray and you have no idea what's going on. You could be at risk of a layoff when company strategies and industry dynamics change, or last in mind, when cool new assignments pop up. How you excuse me. How would you even get your name out there as someone that could do that? That's also maybe one of the drawbacks of working remote, but there's ways to fix that. How would you even get your name out there as someone that could do it? Asked Joe LaBianca, a professor of University of Massachusetts Amherst, who studied power and politics at work. To build trust with colleagues, you have to chat and swap information at least a bit, he says. Zero in on a couple of key people. And when there's some internal debate swirling, hold off on revealing where you stand until the end, LaBianca suggested. Both freeing yourself from the constant back and forth and making your eventual vote more powerful. Joe Machine style. Kate Martin, who recently retired from decades-long financial technology career, realized she needed a strong network of colleagues if she wanted less interference from her bosses. Managers don't want you to go to them whining about your problems, says Wellesley, resident. At the first sign of trouble with a client, she would convene a group of coworkers from around the company who had tech chops to head off the issue. Then she would go confidently to her manager, give a heads up on situations, and outline her plan. There are limits, and others I speak to from this column learned that there's one role in which you simply can't score much autonomy, being the boss. Accept the fact that you'll be pulled into a million directions or think about a new gig. You're like, oh my goodness. I can't do my job until these 5 people go home at 5 o'clock, Martin says in an earlier stint managing a team. She switched back on being an individual contributor. Try helping your boss first, suggests Paul Dirks, who worked in financial services at Cityside Capital. In a, rec- in a recent job, he would begin each Monday morning by reviewing the contours of his manager's schedule for the week. When might he be in meetings or prepping for presentations? Dirks would offer Dirks would offer him recommendations, for example, a question to lob to company leaders or a report to give a client. Then the manager, ready to go and tied up in his own busyness, Dirks could finally lose himself in the financial research and the modeling he loved. I could just be creative, he said. I feel like I earned my freedom. Guys, I want you guys to be aware that I, as a professional, a career professional, love the idea of, if you literally just leave me alone so I can get my work done. Hey there, Still Rocks. I appreciate you joining the live, of course. And I want you guys, I prefer to be left alone so I can do my job. But of course, part of my job is dealing with humans. So I can't necessarily just be kind of scurried away just working on policies and procedures, but that's part of the job that I actually love. I know it sounds nerdy and it sounds really antiquated, but part of me loving process development is because it helps a company to streamline. I definitely have helped companies in the past to streamline their processes so that the person coming behind me can actually do their job and do their job well and not falter or flail in carrying out those tasks. Of course, J. Antoinette says, something I've noticed being remote. I'm more willing to work 15 to 20 minutes after 5 p.m. to finish up whatever email or task I was on. I would have never done that when I was in the office. You better say that. Listen to me. I'll tell you this. They get more work out of me when I'm not working in the office. I will absolutely say that. I work more when I work from home. Well, so I don't, I definitely understand. Yeah, I'd get ready, be getting ready at 4:30 to 4:45. Jay Antoinette, I honestly, trust me, I understand. Of course, honestly. Bernadette, it's so good to see you, Mama. It's been a minute. How you doing? Welcome to the live. I am definitely go ahead and when you get a chance to rewind so you can see the article we were discussing. But the topic of conversation is, do you feel like you're more productive remotely or in the office? I definitely feel that I'm more productive remotely because there's less distractions. I can get my really delve into what it is that I'm doing, and less disturbances and more creativity in that time. But that's just personally me. Bernadette says, I work from home also. I take runs during my lunch hour. Yes, I do. Listen, I love the level of autonomy work from home gives you. So it's not just you don't have to be scarfing down your lunch because you only have half an hour when you're working in the office. When you work from home, you can definitely use your lunch times to go run and get more vibrant and things of that nature. It is beautiful. It says, happy to know that you are ATLian. Of course. Yes, ma'am. I am here in the Georgia streets. Definitely working to help others to get their careers and get their personal economy in proper order. Now, guys, you can drop your preference in the chat. Some of you have already shared that. Do you prefer in the office or at home? And for anybody that is going to be watching this through the replays rock, you would put in the chat or in the comments. Replays, are you a remote person? Or are you an in-office person? At the end of the day, guys, whatever suits you best, I would definitely encourage you to go for that. And if you're looking for additional opportunities as far as finding a new position, or you want to make sure that you're if let's say you're in a remote position, you want to go back to the office, or vice versa, or you're looking to pull away from the office to start working from home because darn dadgone it, you want them to leave you alone so you can do your job. Guys, of course, if you're looking for help in that area as far as your resume is concerned, or getting additional help with interview coaching and things of that nature, you can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations. I'm more than happy to assist you with that resume, helping you with job search if you're looking for remote opportunities or regular opportunities in your industry, as well as salary negotiation and other types of career and job related types of things that you'll definitely need help with. You can go to mentorshelley.com/consultations and we can go from soup to nuts, and I'll be able to help you with all of those things. Of course, guys, Bernadette, I'm jealous. I'm not 100% remote by no shot of the imagination. Happy to know. Yes, ma'am. Bernadette says I'm 100% remote with exception. That means I go to the office every 3 months at all hands meeting. Yes, there's actually another video that I have coming up in a couple of days that has a similar system where they have it where they have you guys come in for have their employees come in for collaborative groups and things of that nature. But there are employers that are definitely embracing remote work, and then there's others that's fighting completely against it. At the end of the day, guys, you have to know what is best for you. I am definitely pro remote work, and some people are pro remote, pro in the office. Whichever one works for you, make sure you are working to make sure that you're in a position where you ultimately are satisfying your personal economy and you're doing things to help your mental state as well. And of course, there's some of us like Miss Bernadette that's doing a hybrid, and it works great for her. I cannot wait to see my BFF from work. Of course, there's aspects of that social and business wise. Where the hybrid model does work as well, and there are also employers that are embracing the hybrid model. But if you guys, of course, have questions, just regular career questions and job search questions that I can answer for you quickly, maybe in a video, or just to respond to you directly, you can go to mentorshelley.com/contact, where you can leave me a voicemail or an email message. And I'm more than happy to return your voicemail or email within 24 hours, guys. And of course, if you found this information helpful, go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe. I definitely appreciate Miss Bernadette. Haven't seen you in a minute. Appreciate you stopping by and talking to us on the live. Miss J. Antoinette, appreciate you stopping by to the live, and then of course interacting and adding such value, all of you, to the conversation. Of course, still rocks. We appreciate you. You are a resident here at mentorshelley.com. So just want to make sure that you guys are here getting the information you need to enrich your own personal economy, because Mentor Shelley is here to help you to become a better professional on a daily basis. Guys, take care. This is Mentor Shelley, wanting to make sure that you become a better version of yourself professionally. And if you're looking to speak with me, leave a message. You can leave a comment below, as well as go to mentorshelley.com/contact. It was a pleasure. You guys have a good one. Thank you so much. You guys, J. Antoinette, Bernadette, and all of who joined the live tonight, we appreciate you stopping by and contributing such value. You have a good one.